The adults kind of unbuttoned themselves, and despite the fact that no one had any money, and more than likely never would, it didn't matter because there was a richness in friendship and community.
A quiet belief in angels. Set in the American Deep South, as one reviewer wrote, a superb atmospheric thriller from one of crime fiction's new stars. That star is R J Ellory. He's published 5 novels, all set in the States. You think he's American? You're so wrong. Roger John Ellory is born and bred in Birmingham.
It was always the thing that fascinated me. I mean, even as a child, the whole concept of the Vietnam War and the Kennedys and Marilyn Monroe and Elvis Presley and all the media that I was subjected to as a child. And it just instilled in me a sort of fascination and an interest for that particular period of history and that culture.
Ellory's early life is the stuff of novels. His father having left before he was born, his mother died of pneumonia in 1972 when he was just 7. Boarding school was to follow.
I think it was very good from the viewpoint of giving you independence. I mean, I was sewing name tapes on my own socks when I was 8, you know. And I think it taught me independence, and it taught me a degree of sort of emotional resilience to deal with things.
At 16, he and his brother found themselves alone after their grandmother died.
She supported us essentially on her pension, and then she died in 82. And the electricity got turned off, the gas got turned off, the water got turned off. We were basically living in darkness for 3 months in this house. You know, eating vegetables out of people's allotments, and we just thought it would be a very good idea to go and steal some chickens. We ate one of them before the police got into our house and brought the nuns, and they identified them by name. But we'd eaten one already. There were only 7 left. Went to detention centre in Nottingham, along with my brother. In all honesty, it was very good for me. We've put a big full stop on that particular misbehaviour.
Ellory's early fascination with the States and his love of reading was to lead to 22 unpublished novels, 3.5 million rejected words. In 2003, a story of death row, Candlemoth, hit the bookshelves. One reader who bought it was the brother Ellory hadn't seen for 13 years.
He actually picked it up in a shop in Truro. He was living in Cornwall, and we got back in touch as a result of that. A day doesn't go by now that we don't speak.
A Quiet Belief in Angels has sold more than 250,000 copies. The story of a serial killer and a young hero whose life is dogged by tragedy. It stayed on the bestseller list for months.
It's been translated into another 16 languages now.
And you were number 2 on the bestseller list for months?
Yes, yes, for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks, for about 6 months on Amazon.
His new novel, A Simple Act of Violence, is due out in October.
R J Ellory, thank you very much for joining us.
Very welcome, thank you.